Have you ever wondered how Swedes celebrate the longest day of the year? In Sweden, midsummer isn't just a day on the calendar. It's a vibrant and joyous celebration of the summer solstice, deeply ingrained in the nation's cultural fabric. This festival, marked by the longest day and shortest night, is a time when the sun barely sets, bathing the country in almost 24 hours of daylight. The magic of midsummer creates a unique atmosphere of endless twilight, where the sun hovers just below the horizon, casting a soft, surreal light that is both enchanting and invigorating. This phenomenon is not just a natural wonder, but also a perfect backdrop for the lively festivities that take place. It's a day filled with laughter, dance, and an outpouring of joy, as communities gathered to celebrate under the midnight sun. Folk dressed in traditional attire dance around the maypole, flowers in their hair, and the air filled with the scent of fresh nature and festive foods. Join us as we dive into the enchanting world of Swedish Midsummer, a festival of light, joy, and community. The roots of midsummer stretch deep into Sweden's ancient past. This time-honored festival, now bursting with joy and community spirit, began as a solemn observance of the summer solstice, the longest day of the year. It was a moment that ancient Swedes, attuned to the rhythms of nature, held in high regard. Originally, midsummer was not just a celebration, but a pivotal point in the yearly cycle, believed to be brimming with magical potential. The ancient Swedes were a people closely tied to the earth, and this period was thought to hold particular power for growth and fertility. It was a time when the veil between the natural and the supernatural was considered especially thin, allowing for an abundance of mystical occurrences. The celebration itself was marked by the lighting of bonfires, a practice steeped in symbolism and practicality. These fires were more than just a source of light and warmth. They were spiritual beacons meant to ward off evil spirits that lurked in the longer shadows cast by the summer sun. The flames were seen as protectors, their light a shield against the darkness and a promoter of fertility in the land, livestock, and the people themselves. Beyond the bonfires, the ancient festivities included various rites and rituals aimed at ensuring prosperity, from dances meant to mimic the growth of crops to songs that were sung to usher in a fruitful harvest. Each element of the celebration was imbued with purpose and intent. As the sun set late in the evening, barely dipping below the horizon, the night became a luminous twilight, a time of enchantment and revelry. It was an occasion for communities to come together, sharing in the bounty of the season and reinforcing bonds that would sustain them through the darker, colder months ahead. As we've seen, midsummer started as a mystical celebration of nature's power, but how did it evolve with the arrival of new beliefs? With the spread of Christianity, midsummer took on new meanings. As the Christian church expanded across Europe, it encountered vibrant local traditions that were deeply rooted in the pagan celebration of the summer solstice. In a brilliant move that was part diplomacy and part cultural adaptation, the church decided not to eradicate these popular festivities but to integrate them into the Christian calendar. Thus, the ancient festival of midsummer was aligned with the feast of St. John the Baptist, celebrated each year on June 24th. This strategic alignment was no mere coincidence. The church aimed to replace the pagan focus on the sun's power and mystical energies with a celebration that honored a Christian saint known for his light and purity. The night of Midsummer Eve, filled with bonfires and festivities, was reimagined to reflect the light of Christ rather than the sun's enduring glow. Yet this transition was not marked by the erasure of all that had come before. Instead, what emerged was a fascinating tapestry of culture where pagan and Christian elements intertwined. The maypole dances, the wreath-making, and even the bonfires continued, but their meanings were subtly shifted or expanded to include Christian symbolism. This blending of beliefs created a unique cultural phenomenon that allowed midsummer to be both a continuation of ancient traditions and a celebration of new beliefs. Despite these changes, the core spirit of midsummer remained focused on community and celebration. Fast forward to today, and Midsummer Eve is a highlight of the Swedish calendar. As the sun graces the horizon well into the night, Swedes across the country ready themselves for a celebration that is as vibrant as it is heartwarming. The festivities begin with the raising of the maypole, an iconic symbol of midsummer. Villages and towns adorned with greenery and flowers gather around as this traditional structure is hoisted into place. The maypole, or midsummerstang as it's called in Swedish, is not just a decorative element, but the focal point of the celebration, representing fertility and the welcoming of summertime. Once the maypole is secure, the dances commence. People of all ages join hands in a circle around the pole, dancing to tunes that have been passed down through generations. The music swells with accordions and fiddles, driving the lively folk dances that are as much a part of the midsummer tradition as the pole itself. Equally important is the custom of wearing flower wreaths. These are not just simple decorations but a nod to the ancient belief in the magical power of midsummer night. Men, women, and children weave fresh flowers into crowns which they wear proudly throughout the day, adding a splash of color and a touch of nature's charm to the celebrations. As the day unfolds, the aroma of festive food fills the air. Communal meals play a significant role in midsummer celebrations. Tables groan under the weight of dishes like pickled herring, boiled new potatoes garnished with fresh dill, and for dessert, the quintessential strawberry cake. These traditional foods are not only delicious but also steeped in the heritage of the festival, each dish a story of the season's bounty. As the long day edges towards twilight, a twilight that lingers due to the extended daylight hours, laughter and song continue to echo through the air. Friends and families, old and new, sit together, sharing stories and reveling in the communal joy that midsummer brings. As night barely falls, the magic of midsummer brings everyone together in a festive spirit. Midsummer is not just for the Swedes, it's a celebration that welcomes all. This enchanting festival, celebrated during the luminous summer solstice, opens its arms wide to include everyone, be they tourists, expatriates, or locals. Embracing these long days and white nights, midsummer provides a splendid window into the soul of Sweden. Imagine being part of a community where everyone, regardless of their origin, gathers under the nearly never-setting sun. Here, the spirit of inclusivity shines as brightly as the midsummer sun itself. Tourists and expatriates are not just welcome but are encouraged to dive into the festivities, from dancing around the maypole to feasting on the quintessential midsummer fare of herring and new potatoes, topped off with a delightful strawberry cake. Experiencing midsummer allows one to embrace Swedish culture in its most joyful expression. It's a time when the values of community and togetherness are palpable in the air. The shared joy of light and life transcends language and nationality, creating bonds that are both merry and meaningful. It's a celebration where everyone can feel a part of something larger than themselves, something ancient yet ever fresh. The festival's open-hearted nature embodies the Swedish ethos of lagom, the concept of just the right amount, promoting balance and happiness in communal living. This is where cultural barriers blur and new friendships blossom under the magic of the midnight sun. Whether you're a local or a visitor, midsummer offers a chance to join in on a truly Swedish celebration of life and light. As we've explored the enchanting traditions of Swedish midsummer, it's clear this festival is not just a celebration of the summer solstice, but a vibrant tapestry woven through time, rich with history and culture. From its ancient pagan roots where bonfires lit the night sky to ward off evil spirits and celebrate fertility, to the transformative influence of Christianity, midsummer has evolved while maintaining its core essence. Incorporating the feast of St. John the Baptist, the festival seamlessly blends old traditions with new meanings, creating a celebration that is both sacred and joyously secular. It's this unique combination that has allowed midsummer to thrive and adapt through the centuries, making it a living part of Sweden's cultural heritage. Today, midsummer is marked by a spirit of inclusivity and joy. The maypole dances, the crafting of flower wreaths, and the enjoyment of a feast centered around herring and strawberries are not just activities. They are a reaffirmation of life and community ties. Each element, from the simplest dance around the maypole to the communal sharing of a meal, is a thread in the larger fabric of Swedish society, highlighting a profound connection to nature and each other. This festival warmly opens its arms to everyone, inviting tourists and expats alike to dive into and experience this quintessential Swedish celebration. It's a chance to live a day in endless light where the sun barely dips below the horizon, and magic seems real. The charm of midsummer lies in its ability to merge the past with the present, the sacred with the communal, creating an experience where everyone can find joy and belonging. It's a time when all are welcome to partake in the joyous dances, sing the traditional songs, and make memories that echo the timeless spirit of this midsummer celebration. So, Why not consider experiencing the magic of Swedish Midsummer for yourself? It's an unforgettable celebration of warmth, light, and community.